Chris Allen.
I'm Matt Peterson.
And this is Q&A Buffet, and we're doing it kind of selfie style today because the usual camera that we're using isn't working correctly. And we're just kind of tired of dealing with it, so we're doing it selfie style. But if you notice, we have a guest today.
Hi guys, I'm Katie, and I am the special guest on the Q&A Buffet.
Now, Katie, not only is this her account, but she's a really good cook, is what we heard anyway.
And baker.
And baker.
She's baked for us before, and it was delicious.
Baked for us? What do you mean us?
Me and the frog in my pocket.
So today we enjoyed some really good food. If you notice behind us here is downtown Duluth. And so it's a little bit different than what we do normally. We're usually at Farley's Family Restaurant up by the airport.
Yep.
But today we're at Farley's Grill, down across from, you can see where you are, right across the street without giving a shameless plug to them.
Yep. There's a lot of DTA buses stop over there.
Yes, and we are on Superior Street, so I think we've done the justice we need to. But
exactly.
You know a little bit more about the food that we enjoyed today, so I'm going to let you talk about it.
Yeah, we actually had some wonderful meals today. The specials today were the open-faced meatball sandwich, which you could get in either Swedish meatballs or sweet chili. And the sweet chili was fantastic, good flavor, came with some seasoned potatoes, and then seasoned corn. And you know, Chris and I are both corn fans, and it was delicious. The other part of the special today is the Guinness Stout Burger, which is your typical delicious Farley's burger. But then on it they had beer cheese and stout garlic onions.
And don't forget the pickles. The
And
pickles really added some flavor too.
The pickles
so
were.
good.
It was.
What did this say? Everything when you bit in, everything had flavor when you ate it.
And each flavor brought something to the table. I mean, they all worked well together. You could tell in the meatballs that, just like when Kelly makes it up at the Farley's by the airport, there was time and caring put into what they made down here.
Whoever made it loves food, and if I may say, I discovered the secret recipe that they added to it, and I'm not going to give it away. But when you come down here and try it, see if you can figure it out too.
And by the way, the guy who had the recipe that you figured out the secret ingredient, he wanted to see you out back after we're done videoing.
He said it was his mom's recipe though,
Yes,
so there you go.
yes.
You can tell. There's definitely love of making the food.
Speaking of recipes,
that's another reason we brought Katie along with us, so that we don't have to do a recipe this week, and Katie can do the recipe. So actually, you have really good recipes for like parties and entertainment.
I do, yes. Now is the time, 'tis the season for holiday parties. I have two really simple recipes. The first one is it's more of a shrimp dip, cream cheese. What you do is you take a plate, and Chris is not a fan of cream cheese, but I personally like it, and I think Matt does too.
I do too.
But you take a plate, you spread softened cream cheese all over it, and then you can use your choice of cocktail sauce or chili sauce. I prefer using the chili sauce, just my personal taste preference, but then you sprinkle those itty bitty little baby canned shrimp all over it, and then you scrape it up with a little butter knife and plop it on a cracker.
So the cool part is you could use whatever cracker you want.
Yep.
And the other part is you could actually, if you're using cocktail sauce, if you made it homemade, you could spice it up a little bit, or even with the chili, make it a little spicier.
Right. I personally don't care for horseradish, so that's why I use the chili sauce, but it's totally open to,
But either way, I mean, you can spice up the chili sauce as well, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
and it sounds like what you have is a nice dish to take to a party that you could probably put together for less than $10.
Yes. Yep.
And it's going to taste like someone brought a nice expensive, dip to a party.
Put the crackers around the outside, put a piece of parsley in
Presentation,
there,
yes.
yeah.
Yes,
Okay, so recipe number 2, we always have 2 recipes.
Yes, recipe number 2 is also super fast, super easy, and makes a great finger food appetizer. It's where you can take, I personally like to use the cracked pepper and olive oil crackers, and you line those up on a cookie tray, slice up a little bit of fresh mozzarella, fresh, there's a reason for it, and then a slice of a cherry tomato. And you can also, again, personalize it as however you want. Pop it in the oven for just a minute, minute and a half, just until that mozzarella starts to melt, and then voila, you bring it out of the oven and put it on a plate, or just eat it right away like I do.
Your recipes are really good because I like that you can interchange. You could use a tomato, you could use an olive, you could, I mean,
Yes,
whatever.
definitely.
You could use many things, or you could,
I like the fact that it takes you about 3 minutes.
yeah.
Yes.
And of course you could put bacon on it.
Yes. Always the bacon.
Oh, baby.
Always the bacon.
So if you have a recipe that maybe you want to share with us, I need to get my lighting better. Okay, fine. Just send it along to Chris Allen at townsquaremedia.com. And of course, see our other ones too, our other Q&A
Yes.
buffet.
They're good.
And make sure that you subscribe to Cool 101.7's page on YouTube and also our Facebook page.
Yep. And then you're notified every time they upload a new video. I almost said we, but you
Well,
know,
maybe-
you get what I'm saying.
All of a sudden, she's like taking over our
She's
show.
one of us.
Guys.
She's going to be like that reoccurring role.
Yeah, she'll be
Definitely.
sitting. Maybe next week, if we have problems again, she'll be our camera person.
I'm not getting demoted, you guys.
See, you know, she could be like the villain.
Oh, whatever.
You know,
Yeah.
So we could have some fun with her reoccurring
We
role.
could. Look for it.
Well, Katie,
So
thank you
subscribe.
so much for coming along
Thank
and
you.
sharing your recipes. And Matt, thanks for coming along and eating food with me.
I do it well. I got to do something good. You know, I eat well.
Play to your strength, right?
There we go.
Exactly.
Yep.
Thank you again to Farley's Family Restaurant and Farley's Grill, and everybody was incredibly nice to us.
Yes.
The food was wonderful again. So thanks for
Thank
the
you.
10 extra pounds that we're all going to gain after we do this show.
Yeah.
And the nap.
There we go. Thanks.
Have a good day.
Yep. See you guys.